All right, hey guys, welcome to the OFD Watch channel on Saturday morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at a watch from Whitby Watch Company out of Canada. Now, there's a whole lot of story behind this watch. This is the Whitby Intrepid Diver, and behind me in the background here, I've got all the information that comes with the watch. But I really think that a watch should stand on its own, and I do think this watch does without the story and everything. It's just a really, really well-made watch. I really like what Whitby has done here. This is their first watch, their first release. They've got a Flieger watch that they're working on right now. But I've got this watch to take a look at today, so let's go ahead and do that. Very nice, well-built, classic diver's watch here, as you guys can tell. Now, they have this available in a few different colorways. This is obviously the black. They have a blue, and they have a red one, which is very, very intriguing and neat-looking watch. Now, taking a quick look at the dial, we'll zoom it in here and take a look at that. You've got very nicely applied baton-style indices all the way around at each position. At the 12 o'clock position, you have that double baton indice, which really, really works well on the watch. Clean, nice hands, full of lume there. This is Swiss Super-Luminova, and you can see the sweep of that second hand going around there. You can also see it has the 60-minute track around the outside, which is a nice addition. And at the 3 o'clock position, you have a date window. Now, the movement this watch is running is the ETA 2824, a Labor, I do believe. Very nice high beat movement, 25 joules. Approximately a 38-hour power reserve on this unit, and it's a very well-known, very well-used Swiss movement. 120 click bezel on this watch, as you guys can see, and everything about it lines up, works really good. I'll go ahead and get it back into position. Very nice spring action on the bezel. It lines up perfectly, and it's very, very well done. Polished stainless steel on the bezel. As you can see, pretty much most of the case is all, I think it actually is all polished stainless steel 316L. Done very, very well. There's no brushing on the top of the lugs or anything, so it really makes this watch pop. Very nice and shiny. Nice heavy-duty lug guards on this watch. Now, getting into the specifications of this watch, you've got a 44mm case from side to side, not including those big crown guards or crown. You've got 53.7 is what I measured from lug tip to lug tip, so it is a big watch. 14mm of thickness on this watch, and it employs a 22mm lug opening. This is a 200-meter dive watch, as you can see just above the 6 o'clock position. It lets you know it's an automatic, water resistant to 200 meters. Simple, clean writing up there just below 12 lets you know it's the Whitby Watch Company, and it's a very clean laid out dial. I like that it's just not too cluttered, just really cleanly laid out. Gets the job done. So, like I said, the case is pretty much all polished. Now, the bracelet itself has polishing along the outsides of the links, and then the center links here are actually about the only brushing on the watch, along with the Whitby Clasp. Now, that is a real star shining on this watch. This clasp is very, very well done. Double push button here, stainless steel bars, machine bars on the inside, and then they've added the beauty of this ratcheting clasp here, so you can adjust that for your wetsuit, or if you just got a little bit of swelling going on and you need to let a little bit out on your bracelet to make it more comfortable. Nice case back here. You've got that compass rose there, as you guys can see, straight in the center of the case back, Whitby Watch Company. Down below the rose, you guys can see 27 of 103. This is the 27th watch. They're only making 103 of these watches, I do believe, in each colorway. So if you're interested, get on over to the website and check them out. These watches are made by Swiss-trained watchmakers in Germany. They're designed in Canada, proud to be a Canadian company. Swiss movement and 20 atmospheres of water resistance. And E tenebris lux, which if you guys are not familiar is light in darkness in Latin. So great looking watch here, comes on a great bracelet. I want to go ahead and show you guys now inside the box what the other things that come with this watch. Now this watch is named the Intrepid, and the reason it's named the Intrepid is after a famous Canadian spy by the name of Sir William Stephenson. Sir William Stephenson was really instrumental during World War II, trained a lot of spies that got around the world, getting information for the Allies. And he developed a really interesting relationship with Winston Churchill, became pretty much a confidant of Winston Churchill, and was a really famous guy in helping out during World War II. Very famous Canadian. He also was instrumental in training new spies at Camp X in Whitby. That's where the name of the watch company actually came from, off the coast of Lake Ontario at Camp X. So also what you get with this watch is a beautifully done silicone strap. As a matter of fact, when I do the wrist shot, I'm going to go ahead and put it on here because the brace is not adjusted to me. That way there you can see this really nice, flexible silicone. This also comes with the watch. Inside there is this metal, which I think is a pretty neat addition. It also matches up the number of your watch, and it has the rose on the back and the light and darkness there. So clean looking logo. It's got the STS 103 for the Camp 103, or Camp X as it was called back then. And also down here, you're going to get your warranty card. It lets you know the warranty date. This particular model was June 12, 2019, number 27, and it's the Intrepid. Now, this is kind of cool. Inside of here, you get this little top secret envelope. Excuse me, bashing my table there. Little top secret envelope. And inside of there, we have a picture of the man himself, Sir William Stephenson. If you guys aren't familiar, Ian Fleming garnered a whole lot of information about being a spy, and a lot of the character of James Bond was developed after this guy right here, Sir William Stephenson. A picture of Camp X from 1943, the actual camp itself where they did the spy training, and then some explosives training in 1943 at Camp X. So I want to just kind of, if I can slowly close this down and show you guys without knocking stuff around too much, the box. This comes in a Nanuk 90, I think it's like a 904 case, so it's a double clasp, really neat, well done case. You don't see watches coming in boxes like this very often. The nice thing about it is you can actually use it. You guys can see there's 1, 2, 3 holes in here, extra spaces for bands, and possibly a tool to do adjustments and change stuff out. So it's a really good setup for the money. Now the money, this watch comes in at $700 Canadian, or that adds up to $534 US. Now, getting a German handmade, hand-built watch designed in Canada, running at ETA 2824 for $500. I mean, you guys can't really beat that. This is a really impressive watch for the money. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it. We'll get this on the rubber strap, get a wrist check, and then we'll go out with the traditional loom shot here on the OFD channel. All right, so guys, there is the watch on my 7-inch wrist, the 44mm case. Some might say it's a little bit big, but 44 is coming back. I mean, Breitling has released their 44 specials this last year, I think it was. And I have to admit, I've been really impressed with the look of the 44mm watches. Little big, 53. It still sits on the wrist. Okay, it's not over, slopping over my wrist, but it is a big watch with a whole lot of wrist presence. Very clean, nice looking watch. I had this watch on my wrist the other day, and a friend asked me, he said, wow, what kind of watch is that? He thought it was actually a fairly high-end watch. And it really is. For the price of $534, you get a whole lot of watch for the money, guys. So there it is, the Intrepid on my 7-inch wrist. Let's go ahead and dim the lights and go out with that loom shot. All right, now, guys, I got to apologize because I forgot to charge the Drill Master, and so we got to use the little tiny flashlight here. But it's actually super powerful, and it really does a pretty good job of charging up the loom on these watches. So, all right, guys, Swiss Super-Luminova on the Whitby, the Intrepid. No surprise here. It glows really, really nice. Nicely applied, and a clean, clean watch. I really like the style of this Whitby Intrepid Diver. Named after Sir William Stephenson, the man they called Intrepid. The inspiration, honestly, for the James Bond character created by Ian Fleming. So, all right, guys, that is the Whitby Intrepid. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. I'll leave links to the website. This is also a tour watch, so it's going on tour to all the usual suspects. Bob at TimeToGoTravel and Timepieces has done this one, as has Scott at Watches Galore. Going to Chris Marshall after me, so guys, definitely check them out. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, guys.